Welcome to the Indiana Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as your facilitator for our college fair this evening. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our amazing panelists at any point throughout our college fair. Second, your camera and microphone are off so we cannot see or hear you. Third, this is just one of many different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit that registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded, so in case you miss anything, you'll be able to review it in about a week's time to see any of the information our amazing panelists present. With that said, I'm going to pass it over to our first college, St. Leo University.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I am just going to share my screen with you all real quick. Awesome. Well, thank you again for taking some time out of your evening today to learn about all these great institutions. I'm currently representing today St. Leo University, which is located in Tampa Bay, Florida. So if you're looking to get out of the north, definitely come on down south to St. Leo. We are actually in the top 5 universities in the country with the nicest weather all year round, so that's pretty awesome. So my name is Connor Schaefer. I am one of the assistant directors here at St. Leo University. I am a proud alumni of St. Leo for my undergraduate, where I studied education, and my master's, where I studied marketing. I did attend St. Leo from the Northeast, from New Jersey, so I know what it is like to go to college out of state. So I've been in your shoes, so I applaud you all for looking at other universities that are not just in Indiana. Also, my contact information is at the bottom of your screen. If you ever want to reach out with any additional questions or something else from this presentation today, you just want to know more information about. So what is St. Leo University about? So St. Leo University was founded in 1889, and we actually are the oldest Catholic institution in the state of Florida. We're the second largest Catholic institution in the nation, serving over 20,000 students worldwide. Now, if you visit campus tomorrow, you are going to say, Connor, I do not see 20,000 students walking around campus in Tampa Bay, which you are 100% correct. So on university campus, we have roughly about 3,000 students, and we have around 14 to 15 different educational centers in the South, and also our online program. So it's really cool because in the classroom here on main campus, the ratio for student faculty is about 14-1. So you're going to have a small classroom environment, but you're also going to have some of the resources a larger university might have, as well as a networking system. At the bottom of the screen, you can see different student populations here at St. Leo. On our main campus, we have over 100 different countries represented and 44 different states. So you never know who you're going to be sitting next to in a classroom. I used to sit next to someone from Brazil, England, even Colombia. So you just never know who you're going to meet from around the world. St. Leo is currently ranked number 4 in the South for best value, so you know you're going to get a great education for your investment. It is a very simple process to apply to St. Leo. We are on the Common Application, and we also have a free application through our website. We are test optional. We've been test optional. So if you're worried, if we have any freshmen, sophomore, juniors watching this presentation today, do not worry. We will still be test optional when you decide to apply to St. Leo. We have over 50 different academic programs. Some popular programs are criminal justice, our biologies, our sports business, also computer science. So there's a lot of cool majors that you can select here at St. Leo. We also have our 3+1 programs where you can get a bachelor's degree in 3 years and then continue for a master's in one. We also have a 3+3 program, Pathway to Law School, where we have a partnership with Barry University down in Miami and Florida State University up in Tallahassee. We are growing in the medical field, so we're really excited. This year we started our health education and health promotions major. And this coming year, we're really excited to announce we have our BS in nursing, which will be brand new for fall 2021. If you're worried about going out of state for school, we actually are the safest campus in the state of Florida and 7th in the nation. So safety should never be a concern here at St. Leo. We have a lot of different things going on campus. I always said as a student, if you're bored, it's just truly because you're not taking advantage of what the campus has to offer. We are recognized by the NCAA Division II athletic program we are a part of the Sunshine State Conference. We have over 22 different athletic programs. If you are looking to be a student athlete, I highly recommend filling out our recruiter form on our athletic website. We also have Greek life, different student organizations and clubs. We have an esports program, intramurals. The list goes on what we have on campus. And since we're a small university, you can always add more clubs onto campus. It's a pretty simple process. We do a lot of fun off campus trips, being 30 minutes north from downtown Tampa and an hour west of Orlando. We bring our students to Universal, Disney, a lot of the professional sporting teams. We're actually the exclusive educational partnership to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just won the Super Bowl. So there's a lot of fun things you can do here at St. Leo. We are a residential campus, so you will have housing all 4 years on campus in one of our 14 different residential halls. We actually were listed as a top 10 dorms in the nation article not too long ago for some of our upperclassmen apartments. I always said it's not St. Leo unless there's something new happening on campus. So for example, we just added our Benedict's Coffee House this past year that serves Starbucks products. And we are opening our brand new wellness center that you could see at the bottom right side of your screen, which a fun fact, this is opening in the fall and it actually will have the largest infinity pool at a university in the state of Florida. So there's a lot of great things happening here at St. Leo. Here again is my contact information if you ever do want to reach out with additional questions, or you can feel free to ask any questions in the chat feature below, or I'm sorry, the question and answer feature below. St. Leo, we do actually have on-campus tours, so if you are looking to get out of the north winter weather, definitely come on down during spring break and visit our beautiful campus in Tampa. We would love to have you and show you around, and we also are hosting virtual events as well. Again, please let me know if you ever have any questions, and thank you again for taking some time to learn about St. Leo University today. Thank you guys so much and have a great day.
Thank you, St. Leo University. Up next, we have Michigan State University.
Okay, we will just wait one moment for Irish to share the slides and then we will get started. Thank you for coming out today, everybody.
All right. Hi, my name is Iris Chen Van Buren, and I will be having my colleague Riley Van Pelt help me with the program this afternoon about Michigan State University. So Michigan State University, we're located in East Lansing, Michigan. We're a Big Ten university research institution. If you look at the little picture on the bottom right, you're going to notice that our campus is really big, but it's really beautiful and self-contained, so it's not mixed in with the city. When you're on campus, essentially you're on a big city of students. MSU is located near the state capital of Lansing. Our students are very, very involved. We have over 200 majors, over 100 minors in 17 degree granting colleges. Some of our top programs include business, engineering, computer sciences, as well as kinesiology. We're very well known for our College of Education and Criminal Justice, and a lot of great programs for our students. Our student to faculty ratio is really great for a school of our size, and most classes are 50 students or less. In our residential college options, the classes are 30 students or less. So that's a really great way to bring the big university down a little bit. Following graduation, most of our students have a high job placement rate. Some go on to graduate school and professional schools. And then of course we have over 500,000 alumni worldwide. So anywhere you go, if you see a Spartan, make sure you say go green.
So moving on from there, Michigan State really emphasizes the opportunities that you can take beyond the classroom, because really that can give you great hands-on experience in the career field that you want to go. So many ways we can do this is through education abroad, and students have the option to do over 275 programs on all 7 continents, which yes, does include Antarctica. We do have a presidential study abroad scholarship that is a $3,000 to $5,000 scholarship that students can use to study abroad anywhere. We are also one of the top 100 undergraduate research institutions in the nation. So we are doing groundbreaking research in many different areas, including students who have developed COVID tests that are being used all over Michigan and the rest of the world as well. We have very unique living learning communities, a few of which include Lyman Briggs, which focuses on pre-med students, students interested in studying STEM. We have James Madison for pre-law students or anyone interested in political science. And then we have the Residential College of Arts and Humanities, which focuses on arts, humanities, community engagement, and social justice as well. So there's a lot of different things that we can do and get involved with on campus. So speaking of involvement, we'll move on to the next slide. And we have over 900 different student organizations that you can join. So any sports that you've done in high school, you can do that, or you can try something completely new like underwater hockey, water polo, or different things like that. We have different theater clubs, arts clubs, academic clubs, esports clubs, a lot of different options that you can do to get involved with our campus here. If you're interested in Greek life, we have a lot of Greek life opportunities for multicultural groups, academic groups, and a lot of different things like that. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use to find your Spartan family here. We also have if you can see on the bottom of the screen, the Wharton Center, where we have large Broadway shows that happen in most normal years every year. So we've had Hamilton on campus as well, that I think Iris has actually been to before. So there is just a lot of different things that you can do on campus. So no matter what you're looking for here, we do have a lot of different things for you to essentially shape your Spartan experience. I'll hand it off to Iris to go more into detail.
So for students that are applying, we definitely recommend that you apply before November 1st for maximum scholarship consideration. I like to tell students to think of Halloween as your deadline. You want a treat, not a trick. Apply by Halloween. This is especially important if you fall under the range of our honors college, which would be students in the top 10% of their class, around a 32 on the ACT and a 1440 on the SAT. So if you're in that range, definitely apply before November 1st because there's a lot of scholarship opportunities available for you. Our students have 3 ways to apply. They can use the MSU application, the Common App, or the Coalition application. MSU's application is probably the shortest and easiest, but we don't mind if you use any of those 3. And then also we're test optional, definitely started in fall 2021, but we're also going to go for fall 2022 and the next few years after. So if you're up and coming senior, then don't be worried. We will not look at those tests if you decide not to send them in. We will look at other information like your extracurriculars and your essays and things like that.
So we do have a few different ways that you can still experience Michigan State this year. We do have a lot of virtual programs right now, but we are also slowly opening up for in-person tours. Right now, we are just keeping it localized, but in the next few months, make sure to check out your MSU email if you are an admitted student, because we are offering some in-person tours to admitted students. More information to come out about that in the next few months. But for now, if you visit our admissions website, there are a few other opportunities to see campus virtually and safely from a distance as well.
So again, my name is Iris Shen Van Buren. I'm the manager of recruitment for Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. Definitely make sure to keep in touch with me. You can use the QR code to scan the information or the link below. I'd be happy to talk to you, and go green and have a Spartan day.
Go white.
Thank you, Michigan State University. I do just want to remind all of our attendees to use the Q&A feature if you have any questions of our amazing panelists. With that said, I want to provide an introduction to our next college. Up next, we have the College of Creative Studies.
Hello, my name is Pat Spencer, and I'm an admissions counselor at the College for Creative Studies in Detroit, Michigan. This is going to be a very different type of school compared to some of the ones you've seen already. We are an art school, basically. So what I want to share with you guys today are just a few of the unique things about CCS in our short amount of time. We're in an amazing location. The school's actually been around for over 100 years. It's a fully accredited program, and we have majors in 11 different undergraduate programs. We don't have time to talk about every single one of those in a lot of detail, call, but we definitely will touch on those. We are in Detroit, Michigan. This is a really unique place to have an art school because there's so much support of the visual arts, performing arts, music, theater. It was actually named a UNESCO City of Design, the only one in the North America, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot going on. We're hoping to get back to some of that here post-COVID. It is actually a campus environment and what we call an urban campus environment. There technically are 2 campuses located in the Midtown Detroit area, and Midtown is actually a really safe area. Parents get really nervous when they hear Detroit, but CCS actually has some of the best campus crime statistics of any college in the state of Michigan. We have the Ford campus that you see on the top here, and that houses some of our non-design based majors. And then the Tubman Center for Design is originally the GM design building that was gifted to the college years ago, and that houses all of our design based majors. We also provide housing, both apartment style and traditional dorms as well. And we have a really comprehensive student life program at the school. Just to give you guys a really quick overview, because it is a unique program, looking at the visual arts though covers a lot, and starving artist is definitely not one of those things. So here you've got majors like advertising design and copywriting, arts practice, where you're looking at painting, print media, sculpture. Communication design is going to cover things like traditional graphic design, website design, multimedia design, information graphics. Our crafts and material studies includes ceramics, fibers and textiles, furniture, glass and metal smithing and jewelry design. We also have an entertainment arts major that includes animation, concept design, digital film and game design, fashion accessories design, illustration, really rooted in traditional drawing and painting skills. Interior design is any interior space. Photography, product design is industrial design, industrial engineering. Those are kind of all interchangeable terms with product design. Transportation design as well. CCS literally has one of the best transportation design programs in this country. And it's not just automotive. You're looking at also any type of transportation, bicycles, motorcycles, airplanes, boats, all of that kind of thing. We also offer K through 12 art education certification as well. Just touching on the admissions process, it is actually very simple at CCS. We have a free online application. We actually don't use the Common App. We definitely need to see transcripts from any high school. Minimum GPA for admissions at 2.5, and all majors are actually required to submit a portfolio. And generally this is going to be 8 to 12 examples of your best work. I do not want to see everything you've done since you were 5. We want you to pick out and show us the work that you are the most excited about, that you are the most proud of. There are a lot of different opportunities and ways to show that work and get some feedback ahead of time. We do have a few deadline dates. We have rolling admissions, but December 1st is our early action deadline for the most amount of scholarship. February 1st is our second priority date there. We are a private college, so that makes our tuition look very expensive on paper. Do not let that scare you, especially at the beginning part of your search. 98% of our students receive some kind of financial aid and scholarship. So again, that literally means 2% are paying that sticker price. You might miss out on a school that's a great fit for you. Okay. We have a fantastic summer program as well for high school students. And there's a lot of different ways to learn more about us. You can scan the QR code that'll take you to our website. You can contact us for portfolio reviews, reach out if you have any type of questions. If this sparks any kind of interest, I would definitely say go to our website, because you've got all kinds of different videos, talking to students, talking to faculty, talking to alumni, different lists of career applications, all of the different things that you can do with a visual art major. And again, starving artists will not be on that list. You can tour the campus. I would definitely start with a virtual tour. You can do that anytime. And then we also are doing in-person tours, but again, they're limited due to, COVID procedures, but they are available. So hopefully you guys will take a look at this. And again, we're more of a specialty program, but if you have an interest and if you're a creative thinker, creative problem solver, this is definitely going to be the program for you. So take a look at it and see what you can tell. And if you have any questions, make sure you ask them in a few minutes.
Thank you, College for Creative Studies. Up next, we have Kalamazoo College.
Hello, folks, from whatever part of Indiana you are at. My name is Marcus Johnson. I'm Assistant Director of Admission at Kalamazoo College in Southwest Michigan. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the geography of Michigan, we're about halfway between Chicago and Detroit off of Highway 94. So also, interesting point, we're about 90 minutes away from Michigan State University from our friends up in Lansing. We are a small liberal arts college. So our campus population is a little bit under 1,500 students. We like the idea that we're a small college, and we also like the idea that we're to provide a kind of college experience that goes deep into what it means to be a liberal arts educated person. So that means that we want to make sure that if you're one of those people who don't really know what you want to major in when you go to college, we have a college experience that might be right up your alley. We're a member of Colleges That Change Lives. So that's a group of colleges across the country that deeper into liberal arts education. We focus a lot on skill sets and some of the experiences that we think you need to have in order to become a fully rounded person by the time that you graduate. So we are also a non-religious campus, a little bit under 1,500 students. And for our campus size, we also demonstrate a wide range of diversity, not just not racial diversity, racial and ethnic diversity, but also in terms of like national identity and geographic diversity. And extracurricular interests. So we have about 60 different student organizations on our campus. Even in the pandemic, we're still finding ways to be active. And they cross the gamut from all different political interests and religious interests to, we have a squirrel watching club, and that is actually pretty big on campus. But and some of the academic expectations, not just that we have of you as students, but that we want you to have of us. So this is the kind of college experience we want you to have when you're at Kalamazoo. We want you to have a rigorous, flexible academic experience that lets you go deeper into the liberal arts. So students don't declare their major until the winter term of their sophomore year. That gives you about 1.5 years to take courses on campus that you find interesting. If you want to, you can take courses that correspond with your major and go deeper into that major, or you can just take classes at random and work with your first year advisor to find the major that's going to be the right fit for you, but you're going to have about 1.5 years to do it. 70% of we like sending people on study abroad just to get them on study abroad, not necessarily to complete a major. So we also factor that into your cost of attendance. We make the assumption that you're going on study abroad in your junior year. So a lot of folks find that we're able to remove a lot of the barriers that keep people from going on study abroad. Hands-on education is really important for one to build out your resume. We are home to the Arcus Center for Social Justice Leadership, which is a great organization that helps fund students who want to take a social justice lens to their academic or career interests. We also have a great Center for Career and Professional Development that also works with students throughout their college experience to get you back to get you the internships that you're looking for and to get you prepared so that you have a resume that has real materials on it by the time that you graduate. We also stress independent scholarship. All of our students, as a requirement for graduation in their senior year, create a project that demonstrates what they've learned. So that could be the 40-page research paper that has a few pages of works cited. That could also be those folks who are doing theatrical productions or musical recordings. We want you to find to come to K and figure out what that's going to be, and to work with your first year advisor and your academic advisor to explore those things. A couple things I should say about the admission process. First things first, we are test optional, and we have been test optional for quite some time now. We recognize that your test scores may not necessarily be the best indicator of how successful you're going to be when you come to campus. We're more interested in your academics. That 3.9 unweighted throws a lot of people off when they see that that's our average GPA, but it is our average, and we see plenty of people who go under that GPA who anyone in our office can make really strong cases for admission for. We are also looking for people who are taking a rigorous curriculum at their high school. So that means if your high school offers APs, IBs, that's great. See people who are just finding other ways to really challenge themselves at the high school that they're at. It's a great conversation for you to have if you're going into your senior year and you're about to talk to your counselor about scheduling classes. We also take a look at the essay on the Common Application. We are Common Application exclusive. That's the only one that we take. And we also look at your set of extracurricular activities. I always tell folks it's a great summer project to sit down and write out a list of all of the extracurricular activities that you've participated in, especially if you're doing it with your parents. Sometimes they can help you add some things to the rest that you might miss. So a quick thing about financial aid. My colleague from College of Creative Studies was saying, Kalamazoo is a private college, so sometimes the cost of attendance itself will make people jump a little bit, but the amount that it costs to come to Kalamazoo College is not the amount that you pay. We do offer merit-based scholarships to all of our students based off of their academics and the quality of their essay. That merit scholarship can reduce your cost of attendance down anywhere from a third to about a half of your cost of attendance, and make it much easier for you to make the decision to come to K. So keep us on your list. And if you have any questions at all about Kalamazoo College or about the college experience that we offer, my contact information is on the screen right now. But I would love to follow up with you a little bit after this and answer some more questions. And again, like we've been saying all along, feel free to throw some questions into the Q&A feature, and I'd love to chat with you some more. Thank you very much, and you have a great evening.
Thank you, Kalamazoo College. Up next, we have Oakland University.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Drew Huff. I am one of the admissions advisors with the Office of Undergraduate Admissions here at Oakland University. Sharing my screen right now. So for Oakland University, I just want to point out real quick here, if you are interested, you can scan the QR code on the screen with your smartphone camera, and that will allow you to bring up a form that you can fill out to get some more information from us if you are interested. So I'll leave that up for just a second, but it will be at the end of the presentation as well. Oakland University is located over in Rochester, Michigan. We are about 45 minutes north of downtown Detroit, about 45 minutes south of downtown Flint. So right in the middle of the Metro Detroit area. For reference, from at least the biggest city in Indiana, that's about 4.5–5 hours from Indianapolis. We are a medium-sized institution. We have, as of fall 2019, had about 19,000 students attending OU, just over 15,000 undergraduate and just over 3,000 graduate students. We have an average course size of about 35 students per undergraduate course and over 300 different student organizations that students can take part in. We have more than 140 undergraduate programs that students can study here at OU, spreading in a number of different areas. We consider ourselves mainly a liberal arts and sciences college, but we do have specialized schools in engineering and computer science, business, education and human services, a school of music, theater, and dance, and a School of Health Sciences and Nursing. So there's a lot of different programs that students can study here at OU. We want to make sure that we have a diverse amount of options for students so that they can go into the career field that they're most interested in after graduating. We do also offer on-campus living. We have over 3,000 students that currently live on campus. So our campus is, like I said, pretty medium-sized, and we have about 20,000 students that attend, but only 3,000 students living on campus. So that, of course, means that we do have a lot of commuting students, but our on-campus living community is very strong, and living on campus is not required of any student at OU, no matter what class standing they are. It is never required to live on campus. So if a student knew a family member that lived close by, or they wanted to get an off-campus apartment, a totally fine option to do that. We do encourage students to entertain the possibility of living on campus, as it can bring a lot of great opportunities, but it is not required. But we do have 7 different residence halls the students can live in and 2 student apartment complexes. So there are a lot of really great options. And on oakland.edu/housing or tinyurl.com/OU housing, you can find virtual tours of all of our on-campus living options. Just a quick overview of our cost of attendance, because this is definitely something important for choosing your school. We have an annual cost of attendance for a student who is taking classes full-time here at OU and living on campus of just over $24,000 per year. That cost can be reduced, of course, if you choose not to live on campus, and this cost of attendance is, of course, before any sort of scholarships, grants, or financial aid is applied. Another thing I do like to note about these numbers for our students is we do not have any additional fees. These are all inclusive costs. So when you're paying for your tuition, that is the only thing that you need to worry about paying. Everything else is included within that. So there are no fees to park on campus or fees to use the laundry rooms. If you're living on campus, there's no fees for tutoring or registering for your classes or going to orientation or using the recreation center or going to any of our Division I athletic events. That is all free to you as a student because you're already paying for the cost of your tuition there. So that is one thing we want to do to reduce the cost of attendance for our students here at OU. I do have a quick video here just to give you a good summary of Oakland University, and I think to give you a better visual representation. So it's about 1.5 minutes long, so I'll play that right now, and I'll have my contact information after this. After that, here we go.
College is about more than just hitting the books and making the grade. It's about the experience. It's about the journey that we take to discovery and the adventure along the way.
At Oakland University, we want you to remember your experience.
We want you to create lifelong memories as both a gateway to your past and an ode to your future. We want you to discover your passion and to pursue your dreams.
We want to guide you as you transform into who you really want to be.
Through more than 300 student organizations, 17 fraternities and sororities, 18 NCAA Division I athletic programs, and an endless stream of campus events, we create an environment where you can thrive.
No matter who you are, where you're from, or what you want, you'll find exactly what inspires you at OU.
Here you will find the desire for success and the determination to succeed.
Situated just outside of downtown Detroit in the heart of Rochester and Auburn Hills, we create a campus life dedicated to your experience.
We create a space for our 20,000 students to grow, experience, and succeed. We create opportunities, educational, cultural, recreational, and social, all for you.
This is OU. Welcome home.
All right, awesome. So before I finish up here, a quick couple of notes about our application process. So our application is completely free to do. If you are a senior, we definitely encourage you to apply today if you have not already. For juniors and below, our application opens up generally the summer between your junior and senior year. July 1st is usually the date that we shoot for there. It is, again, completely free on our website, oakland.edu/apply. We are not on the Common App. We just have our own application on our website for students to complete. As part of the application process, we're looking for right now one main thing, and that's your high school transcript with your academic grades and your cumulative high school GPA on there. We are currently test optional and plan to continue that in the following year. At least that is not 100% confirmed yet, but I would assume that is the likelihood that we're going with. Our application process does not have any deadlines as far as an early action date or a date that you need to submit your application by. We operate on rolling admission and don't have any sort of priority deadlines when it comes to our application process. And we've gotten rid of most of our scholarship priority deadlines this year as well. We do offer automatic merit-based scholarships as part of the application process. Some of those do require test scores, so we do encourage students who have taken the SAT or ACT to still send those scores in, but for our current admissions process, they are not required. So to finish up here, again, the QR code is listed, so definitely feel free to scan that if you'd like to fill out the form to get some more information from us. My contact info is here as well, so feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions. Feel free to take a screenshot of this or a picture of it. You can find my information and information for our other advisors at oakland.edu/future students. And if you're interested, we are offering virtual tours right now. We have some really great virtual tours where some of our students take you on a virtual tour of campus and show you a lot of different buildings and talk about their experiences. So that is kind of in place right now while we await confirmation of when we can have in-person campus tours again. And you can register for those at oakland.edu/visit. But that essentially finishes up my portion here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And again, thank you very much for joining this evening.
Thank you, Oakland University. So that concludes the presentation portion of our college fair today. But now we're going to move into our Q&A session. So with that said, I would love if all of our amazing panelists could return. Feel free to turn your cameras back on, and I'm going to pose a question to each of them. The first question, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll start with St. Leo University, and we will conclude with the last presenter. So we'll continue in the same order in which they presented.
Awesome, Jasmine. That's a great question. So I would definitely say keep an open mind. If you asked senior year in high school Connor from New Jersey if I was going to go to college in Florida, I would have said there is no way I'm going 1,000 miles away from home. So definitely keep an open mind about your decision.
So I talk to a lot of students when they're writing their college essays and things like that, and they get really scared of that little box, that empty box that they have to put their whole life into. So what I usually ask students to do or suggest to them is grab their cell phone, grab their best friend, their favorite teacher, their parent, and go ahead, have them ask them the essay question, and then just talk to them. Take what they've talked about, put it together into an essay, pull out, some important details, and actually make it personalized, make it about what your experiences are. Colleges can definitely see that. So good luck with your college search.
I have actually been in college admissions for 25-ish plus years. And one of the things that I am very passionate about trying to convey to students is finding a school that's going to be the right fit for you. There's a lot of things to consider. Looking at all of those different things, the school that is the right fit for you isn't necessarily the one your best friend is going to, or the majority of students in your high school, but it's that one that feels like home to you when you visit the campus or when you talk to the faculty. Look at size, look at location. Think about what's important to you experience-wise. Is it important that they have a Greek system or that they have an esports team, or whatever those important factors are? Kind of make a list for yourself to make sure that they have that, but find the school and work to find the school that is that right fit for you.
Wow, there's just like a lot of good advice floating through here. I've been in college admissions the past 8 years. I've always said to people, like, let your college search be a time of exploration and discovery. Exploration is about noticing things, and discovery is about understanding that there are some things about yourself that might direct your college search. So you may not necessarily be thinking about going to a small liberal arts college or to a large state university in Michigan when you start off your college search, but you might find yourself going in that direction. And sometimes it's okay to take that journey, exploration, to find yourself going to Florida, find yourself exploring who you are as an artist. Sometimes that's where your journey leads you. And I always encourage folks to do that.
Well, going last, I knew there'd probably be a lot of things that everyone said that I would probably repeat, but I think echoing all of that, and of course, just keeping an open mind is a huge part of it, and keeping your options open. You don't necessarily want to start your process thinking for sure that you want to go one place. You might have some in mind that are going to be your top choices, and that's totally fine. But doing events like these, some of you may have come here to see one school, and maybe you go to another one and you find another school that you didn't even know about that can really open your eyes, and visiting as many schools as possible that you can. And I think this virtual environment for a lot of these schools now is a good way to do that, and especially broadening your horizons across state lines is always really cool and a good option for students. And when you go to those visits and you see those schools and you talk to the representatives for those schools, keeping an open mind of what they're saying and trying to gather as much information as possible is really important, because you might listen to something or hear something or see something that really strikes a chord with you and can open a door to a possibility you had no idea about, and may change the rest of your life, because college is a big decision and a big investment, and it is going to be life-changing regardless of if you really like it or really don't. So it's important to keep those options open and keep an open mind to learning about new places that you may not have thought about before.
Thank you all. As a guidance counselor, I definitely appreciate all of the responses that you all have given today. With that said, I want to move on to our next question and our final question. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? So again, we'll start with St. Leo University.
So, just to be brief, because I know we're short on time, I know at St. Leo, one cool thing is we do every year an international food night. So having over 100 countries represented on campus, that could be 100 different meals from all around the world that represents your peers' home. So that's just a cool thing that we have on St. Leo's campus.
So as an alumni of Michigan State University, one of my favorite things is to go to the dairy store on our campus. We have amazing ice cream. Unfortunately, right now they're closed down due to COVID. But the other thing I do like to do is stop by our Spartan statue outside and take a photo. That's something that alumni and students do throughout their time at MSU to mark their progression as a student and alumni.
So I'm actually a fellow Spartan alumni, and I would second the dairy store for sure. That was definitely one of my favorite things. On the College for Creative Studies campus, it's a little bit different. In the spring every year, we have a huge student exhibition that showcases literally freshman through senior artwork that they've done throughout the year. And the senior exhibition opening, the SEO, is sort of the highlight of that. It's a black tie event. It is huge. There's food and drinks and music. And it's a really great opportunity for the students not only to see each other's work, for their families to come in, even the public to come in. They can sell work to the public, and that's a great way the students are able to keep that money, and it goes towards their education. So unfortunately, it looks a little different right now during COVID. It's been virtual, but we're really hoping to get back to that at some point in the future.
All right. I'm never sure that enough people have talked about food, so I have to throw in one hit here as well. I did mention before that students at K don't declare their major until the winter term of their sophomore year. We make it an all-out event. We call it Declaration Day. It happens in the banquet hall of Hicks Center. That was the first picture I showed you in my slideshow. And there is a giant sheet cake. Because we basically give people the opportunity to commit to their major, almost like you would at a wedding. So people will walk up to their academic department, hand over their sheet, and then get some sheet cake, and then they are officially tied to that academic department.
All right, I'll be quick here. One of my favorite things, I go to as many as possible, but usually every single Oakland men's basketball game I can. The men's basketball team is a huge part of the campus life at OU. And one thing I love doing that we have a tradition of every year is we do play Michigan State every year, which is a really awesome game, especially when we are the host of it, because we do it at we've done it at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit the past couple of years that we've hosted. So that's always been a really fun game. Still haven't won, but it's really fun to go still. And I promise we win other basketball games, just not against MSU.
Thank you all for your responses. With that said, that concludes our college fair for this evening, but I do have a few closing remarks. So the first, again, thank you for joining us. Second, when you close your window, a brief survey will appear. Please respond to that survey. It's only about 4 questions or so. Next, I also wanted to share that, again, this is just one of many different sessions that we're offering. So feel free to visit that registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, in about a week or so, you can access this recording. So you can visit strivescan.com/Indiana. With that said, I hope you all have a great evening. And again, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Jasmine.